Hey team, Bill Storm here with you, and today we're going to continue our journey through John Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. We're going to focus specifically on law number 8, which is the law of pain. Now, John says the good management of bad experiences leads to great growth. Let me repeat that one more time. Good management of bad experiences leads to great growth. So you see, as a leader, there are two ways that you can handle a bad experience. Number one, you can say, woe is me, right? And let it consume you. Or you can go through it and grow through it. You can learn something from it. So as a leader, how you handle it will either weaken you or strengthen you. And every problem that you encounter introduces a person to him or herself. It literally will expose the weaknesses in your game or in your character. So this is so important. Leaders must go first. In order to lead other people, you have to have gone through lots of bad experiences and work your way through them. You have to believe that bad experiences also present opportunities. This is how you get your team to respect you, trust you, and follow you, and to look to you for guidance when times get tough, when things get hard, or they encounter a bad situation. They're going to come to you for your confidence and your strength and your leadership to get them through it. So here are the truths about bad experiences. Number one, everyone has them. And number two, no one likes them. So here's an example from my own life. Back in 2000, when COVID-19 hit, I literally lost 50% of my clientele and my income within the first 6 months. Why? Because I was coaching businesses that were brick and mortar businesses. And with the government shutdowns, it literally cut off their ability to generate an income. Well, what is the first thing that people do when all of a sudden things are scarce? Well, they start to cut back. They run for safety. That is fear kicking in. That is the part of our brain that's called the amygdala, the flight or flight response center, that says, hey, run for cover, you're in danger, right? Well, which I could completely understand. So you see, I had a bad experience. Now, in order to make that experience even worse, after the first year of COVID hit, into 2001, I lost another 50% of the 50% I already lost. So now at this point, I had lost 75% of my clientele and my income. Now, for most people, they would be justified to say, woe is me, right? And cry the blues. But here's the thing, as a leader, no one is coming to save me. No one is coming to save you. So we have to be able to take a look at that bad experience and find the opportunities that exist within that, okay? So although no one likes them, it's how you respond to a bad experience that matters. In my situation, I could either focus on the problem or I could focus on the solution and what that situation had to teach me. So what I learned was, okay, there is a hole in my game there, right? I shouldn't have all of my clientele in the brick and mortar space in case something like this happens again. So what can I do with my time right now to grow and expand outside of that realm? So one of the things that I always wanted to do is I wanted to work with Tony Robbins. And I thought, hey, you know what? Tony Robbins is the #1 person in the personal growth and development space, specifically around mindset. In that situation during COVID, mindset was everything. And I thought to myself, how could I take my game to the next level? And how can I help not only my existing clientele, even the clientele that was no longer working with me, and other people that were suffering and going through the same thing? How could I help them with their mindset to help them grow through the situation? See, so I didn't focus on myself and what was lacking. I focused on what was the opportunity. So that's what I did. I ended up getting a speaking role with the Tony Robbins organization. I was only one of 5 team members that represented his faith and brand all over the team. And it literally exposed me to a whole new world, a whole new level of clientele, strengthened my mindset in the process, and also helped me do the same for others. So how do you turn your pain into gain? Well, here's the first thing you need to understand. It isn't easy, right? It takes practice. It takes daily consistent effort to learn how to look for the good, to turn pain into gain. But an experience is only painful if that's the meaning that you associate with it. That was a lesson that I learned from Tony, right? An experience is only painful if that's the meaning that you associate with it, right? So in the COVID situation with me, I could have said, oh my goodness, this is so painful, I'm never going to recover from it. That's what most people would do. Oh my goodness, this is so painful, I'm never going to recover from this. I need to run for the hills. Or I could look at it this way and give it a different meaning. So instead of saying this is so painful, I'll never recover from it, the new meaning I associate with it is, wow, what an opportunity this is for me to learn and grow. This is an opportunity for me to blaze a new trail. This is an opportunity to serve at a higher level, right? To learn new skills and to be able to take my skills and pass them on to help and empower other people. Bring it on, right? Instead of saying, why me, right? Say, try me, right? Let's go, let's bring it on. So one final thought here. I remember hearing Joel Osteen. I caught an episode of one of his sermons, and he was telling the story about when bad things happen. And he said something that really stuck with me, and hopefully it will resonate with you as well. But Joel says, when something bad happens, don't look at it as a setback. That may seem like what it is initially when it happens, right? When the bad thing happens, it may seem like a setback. But instead of looking at it as a setback, look at it as a setup for something better. Right? Sometimes that happens in our life. Something seems really bad in the moment, but then in the future, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, you look back and you're like, wow, I could see where that had to happen. This helped me grow to get to something better in my life, to get to a new place in my life. So leaders, stay focused and look for the hidden opportunities that come with every challenge or bad experience that you may encounter. And more importantly, just stay the course. And as Dr. Robert H. Schuller once said, tough times don't last, but tough people do. So stay strong, my friends.